A wonderful setting. The sun is doing its level best to break through the clouds. It's a beautiful afternoon. Little or no breeze around. Match referee is Thomas Walsh from Waterford. His line umpires are Colm Lyons from Cork, Chris Mooney from Dublin, and then the sideline official is Liam Gordon from Galway.
Yeah, John Conlon gone into the middle of the field. Tony Kelly and Mark Rogers gone into the full forward line along with Shane O'Donnell. Peter Duggan at centre forward. All changes, and we'll fill you in a sec.
And off we go. And it's Limerick who try to get that first possession in there. Right, little battle for it eventually. In goes Diarmuid Ryan to collect. Deliver the hand pass outside to Sean Rinn, who was outstanding in that match I was mentioning a little while ago against Tipperary. Out over there it goes towards Shane O'Donnell, challenged there by Kyle Hayes. Hayes gets it. The Limerick fans raise the decibel level out to Barry Nash. Out it goes as far as Cathal O'Neill, who was an injury doubt before the start of this match with hamstring trouble. Little hand pass went a little bit too far ahead of Barry Nash, got a knock that time. Ball still flying around in there. Out it comes towards Aidan O'Connor, can't take it. Cathal O'Neill has it once again, swung around by Diarmuid Ryan, and the referee has blown his whistle and will penalise Clare.
Yeah, well, Barry Nash is not going to thank Cathal O'Neill for that pass, a hospital pass we used to call him back in the day, and he took a very heavy knock. He took a very heavy knock to win the free eventually. I thought Cathal should have given it to Aaron Galams in acres of space when he got it first. He took it on, gave the hand pass, but Nash seems to have recovered. Big, fair hit from Diarmuid Ryan, but he's back on his feet.
Back he will go towards left corner back. Opening free of the match anyway will be to Limerick after this. He's okay, and Aidan O'Connor will be the one who will take the free. Man who got a goal in 9 when the teams played last, got an early goal in Ennis. So near enough to the sideline, light breeze behind him, breeze there is, and he's made the most of everything, taking his chance and got Limerick off to a flyer here.
Yeah, Gerard, I was saying Cathal Malone at right half forward, Peter Duggan at centre, Sean Rinn out in the wing, and what a full forward line on paper with O'Donnell, Tony Kelly and Mark Rogers all in close to goal.
Clare's first restart out there towards Peter Duggan, one back by Limerick, however, in there to try and win it back. Duggan once again right in the thick of it. Conlon showing some interest as well, the number 17 there in the red helmet also, same as Peter Duggan. Eventually picked up there by Shane O'Donnell, then runs into the challenge of Garrod Hagerty. Out it comes with difficulty by Peter Casey. Helter-skelter start, very little space around, as you expect in a major championship match anyway. All-Ireland semi-final here, placed against Galway in 2 weeks' time. Garrod Hagerty wants to be back, wants to add to his medal collection. On his way forward here, too many Clare players, trying to link up with Casey, gave it away instead to Ryan Taylor. Back out it comes as far as Niall O'Farrell, and O'Farrell drives it away downfield, down towards Tony Kelly. Kelly stealing a march that time on Dan Morrissey, trying to hold on to this one, trying to make an angle for himself, trying to level the game. And he's done exactly that. Great start. Tony Kelly, opening point of the match for Clare.
Yeah, Gerard, what the work rate at Clare so far, we see Diarmuid Ryan involved a few times, tracked Garrod Hagerty there all the way, and into Kelly. Dan Morrissey made a slip, and he slips it over the bar.
Nicky Quaid opting to go very, very long. Down it goes towards Hagerty. 2 Clare players alongside him. And they hustle him and they put pressure on him and make it very, very difficult for him. And it ends up being a line ball. Chris Mooney, the linesman from Dublin down there, that's John Kiley, of course. 10 remarkable years in charge of Limerick. What an era it has been for them. And now looking to lead them into another All-Ireland final. Conor Cleary coming out for Brian Lohan's team to take this sideline cut. Looking to try and keep the pressure now on Limerick as best they can. Through the hands that time of Diarmuid Burns. Back there to collect it is Sean Finn. Taking his time. Driving it forward is a 2 against 1 there, and out over the sideline. That was a very poor clearance by an experienced man.
Yes, Ger, and that's, I think, maybe the 3rd time since the game started Limerick have taken the wrong option. He should have switched that back to Nicky Quaid. We saw Diarmuid Burns should have passed the ball, had the English before that, put it back across field to Hagerty. He got dispossessed, and we saw Colin O'Neill carrying the ball into trouble as well. So Limerick have started a bit dodgy, and Clare, you can see, are well up for it.
Certainly good. It's going to be Peter Duggan once again who will take this. And has scored 1-8 in this year's championship campaign. The goal coming in the opening match against Waterford. Crisp connection that time. Down into the corner, but ran beyond Tony Kelly. Back there to collect it this time is Dan Morrissey. Oof, that pass is way, way, way overhead. Oh, there are 6s and 7s at the back. They're a bundle of nerves. For an experienced team to start like this is very strange. Pressure back on them again now. Another line ball coming up, and it'll be Peter Duggan now to take this one. We've seen him put it over the bar in situations like this in the past. Not sure if the angle is a little too tight for him, but he'll have a go, I think. So Peter Duggan hitting it, but hitting it to the left, and the opening wide of the match for Clare. Point apiece, just 5 minutes are gone. Limerick trying to play themselves into the match. Out to Will O'Donoghue, who's taken over as captain today in the absence of Cian Lynch. Lynch among the subs, runs on towards Cathal O'Neill, collected well. Dermot Ryan out there to challenge him. Back in it comes. First touch for Aaron Gillan. Wants to put on the style today. Into Shane O'Brien. The bull going forward, looking at the angle. And right, has it gone between the uprights? It's gone wide. It's an opening wide by Limerick. O'Brien, the one who missed that one. Referee didn't allow Clare to do a quick restart. He's saying, take it back.
Yeah, he's saying wait for the whistle. Clare is saying we're all outside the 21. We're anxious to get on with it. David McInerney back on Gillan, and Darren Owen has been left marking Shane O'Brien in the full back line, and Conor Cleary out trying to track Garrod Hegarty.
So once again it will be Clare's restart. Eibhear Quilligan from Fecal all the way over, batted down that time by Kyle Hayes without too much difficulty. We've got a man over here, Peter Casey, looking at the target, settling his feet, driving it beautifully between the uprights. Nice score. Wonderful player from the Piercy, Peter Casey here. Plenty of time, plenty of room, made it 2 points to 1.
Yeah, and that's more like from Limerick. Nice and simple, broken ball by Kyle Hayes. Surprised to see them pucking the ball down there. We've seen over the years you're going to get no change out of Kyle Hayes. Broke it down to Hegarty, who's been everywhere in the first few minutes, and simple score for Casey.
Referee going over to talk with Cathal Malone, 6 Mile Bridge player, and he looks like he's going to have to go off for treatment, and they're going to have to bring on a substitute, and the player who's going to come on I think is going to be David Fitzgerald, number 18. Big strong man, but disappointed not starting the game, I imagine, David Fitzgerald. Quilligan anyway gets the next restart away. Change of direction this time. Up into the air went Will O'Donoghue, couldn't hold on to it. Coming on to help him there was Barry Nash, and then pressure coming in from John Conlon. Looking to win that one for Clare. It's going to be a Clare line ball. Well, we were wondering where John Conlon might end up playing, Michael. Yeah,
he's on Darragh Donovan. That probably matches up well, you know, two very physical, strong players, and he's out there to win that hard ball. You see him there, he's brilliant in those tight corners like he was there, and Clare forced the line ball. Tony Kelly fancies his chances here.
Ready to have a go, cutting it in, but only straight at Will O'Donoghue. Turned back, driven well away this time. Diarmuid Burns way up to a 2-man inside forward line. Dangerously waiting inside there. It's Shane O'Brien with it. About to be challenged. Gets away. Eases into the shot and eases it over the crossbar as well. So another member of the inside forward line of Limerick has scored in the opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, and you saw Diarmuid Ryan sitting back in front of the two lads, but that shows you Diarmuid Burns striking a 90-yard strike into space, and he took the sweeper out of play. Super ball, lovely score.
Quilligan, who was man of the match in the quarter-final against Dublin, with his latest puck out down there, and again it is Kyle Hayes coming to attack that one. I think he got the final touch, so it's going to be a Clare line ball, and once again it'll be Peter Duggan who comes across to try and take this. Big tall man, we're expecting to be playing in and around the square area, but he's out around the half-forward line at this stage. So Peter Duggan, not a good connection, but he gets it back there, and now we're able to fire it in, but it lacks the direction necessary, and that is a second wide by Clare already. Quick puck out taken by Limerick. They go short, and they're unable to do so because Clare withdrew. Pressure now being applied, and quite a bit of pressure there on Darragh O'Donovan. eventually bringing some order to it is Sean Finn, then running into difficult trying to carry it out, kicked away in the end by Will O'Donoghue, back out towards Dan Morrissey, through the centre they went towards Cathal O'Neill, then he loses his way there, ball won back by Niall O'Farrell, the newcomer to the Clare Championship team this year, out as far as Sean Rinn, collected in the middle of the field here, and that shot looking good, it's gone up and it's gone over off the stick of Ryan Taylor. 3 points to 2, they had to work hard for it, but then Limerick made it very, very difficult for themselves.
Yeah, they've been very jittery there around the full backline. We've said it a couple of times already, and that was a litany of errors there by Limerick before it broke out to Ryan Taylor there. Well worked score by Clare, and they're well in it early on.
So once again, Limerick able to take it out to Dan Morrissey, and then he tries to get him going, but it's Niall O'Farrell who comes across, closes the door on that would-be attack, looks over his shoulder and then hits it long, all the way down, dangerously into Tony Kelly. Kelly gets there ahead of Barry Nash. He's on an advantage, the shot's going in, the point is going to be recorded, another one for Tony Kelly. 2 in the opening minutes by Kelly, who looks to be turning it on against Limerick here at Croke Park, and the teams are level for the second time. Yeah, not for the first time. We've seen him having some huge displays before, but Niall O'Farrell, what a beautiful ball. He was going to go for the score, he just lobbed it in front, and Kelly did the rest. What a catch that was by Cathal O'Neill, trying to get away from the hook, or would-be hook of Dermot Ryan. Ryan does well. Into the middle of the field as far as Peter Duggan it comes. Duggan then trying a very ambitious one from a huge distance out. The ambition pays off, and Peter Duggan gets his first score of the game, and Clare into the lead by 4 points to 3. Yeah, and credit there again, Dermot Ryan, I've mentioned him a few times, tracking back. He went back there and made a great tackle after a brilliant catch by Cathal O'Neill, dispossessed him. Lovely ball to Duggan and over the bar. This puck out is targeted towards Aaron Gillard, did well, balanced it beautifully, and then it's Will O'Donoghue trying to pick out, if he can, Peter Casey. Too many Clare players are there, however. One of them is Ryan Taylor, back helping out, slips it across towards Dermot Ryan, has time now and space to drive it downfield. There are plenty of Limerick players there to win that one. Will O'Donoghue gets it, back out to Gillard. Gillard hitting it from over 55 metres out, huge one, but away to the right hand side, and that one has gone wide, a second wide by Limerick. Yeah, and you might have saw Shane O'Donnell just creeping into the frame there. He just distracted Gillard, just got to hurl in. Super work. It was only a small thing, but it put him off enough to force the wide. Clare 3 points without reply in this match, and that puck out wasn't the best. So it'll be a chance then for David Burns. 9th time for Eibhear Quilligan to face Limerick in the championship. Just 1 win in those. He wasn't the goalkeeper last year when they won in the round robin match. It was Eamon Foodie was in goal that day, and Shane Dowling was in goal for Limerick at the other end. Today it's Clare who win this one. Cleary playing it back here as far as cornerback Adam Hogan, into the centre to John Conlon, starting, remember, in place of Shane Meehan among the subs. Meanwhile, this is taken nicely here by Mark Rogers. His contribution to the scores, however, doesn't come to anything there because he's put it away left and a third wide. Quick puck out to Kyle Hayes. Forward it goes as far as Aidan O'Connor. From a big distance out, he drives it in towards Aaron Gillard. 2 Clare players there, but Gillard showed determination and desire, won it, and now strikes with ease and up and over the crossbar. First of the day, and everybody in the inside forward line for Limerick now has scored from play in these opening 13 minutes. Yeah, I suppose that's the difference between Gillard and most other inside forwards. He's brilliant in the air, did all the hard work himself there, and a lovely score. Level for the 3rd time. Down it goes to Kelly once again, operating in the corner. Over his shoulder with this one. This is highly ambitious. Can he make it? No, I think it's gone away to the right-hand side. A 4th miss by Clare player in these opening minutes. But it's been very exciting so far. Kelly's been good. Davos really on there. Look at his room again here on the puck out for Aidan O'Connor. Aidan O'Connor was inside his own 65-metre line when he struck that one. But he hasn't got what he was looking for. Another missed opportunity by Limerick. Yeah, a lot of nerves. He mentioned it earlier, Jaron. A lot of mistakes that we don't normally associate with these teams. Well, the best of teams, the most experienced of teams can suffer from nerves on these big occasions, and this is huge. Into the centre this one comes. That was Adam Hogan playing it into the path there of Sean Rinn to his right to Ryan Taylor, who's already scored. Feeling good about himself with that shot. Well, he might. He's got another one. And Clare back in front again. 5-4. Brilliant team score there. Nice simple hurling. Adam Hogan to Sean Rinn, who was unselfish and gave it to the man in the better position. He popped it over. Nicky Quaid now driving the puck out long, down there towards Aidan O'Connor. Couldn't take it, instead it's Diarmuid Ryan who has it, into the centre as far as Peter Duggan. Little pass outside there towards Niall O'Farrell, back out as far as Cathal Malone. And Malone trying his luck as well from near the sideline, and the umpire races for the white flag to wave it there, and a very fine score by Cathal Malone, and Clare lead the match by 2.
Yeah, and you'd have to say the shape of their forward line working really well. You saw Duggan there this time turning provider, and Cathal Malone, not known for his scoring, but he's a hugely reliable player, and pops that one over from the sideline. Super score.
Nicky Quaid all the way down, looking for Aidan O'Connor. Bounces away there, and it's picked up well once again by Ryan Taylor into the centre. Good combined play. Cleary there driving it forward, and there was a little push that time, which the referee saw, by Shane O'Donnell. He pleads his innocence. The referee saw him fouling Barry Nash. Why don't we look at that again to see just what happened here?
Well, there's very little in it. There was maybe a slight little hand on the shoulder, but I think he was very unlucky there. It was just his movement really caught Barry Nash, caught him off balance, and
ref was a fair way away from it as well.
Yeah, and it wasn't a great ball. Conor Cleary should have played it in front of him really, but you know, O'Donnell again very good there. He's able to hang and win those balls. A bit unlucky there.
Free taken by Quaid. Should be cut out here by Diarmuid Ryan. It is. Tries to get the stick to it ahead of Cathal O'Neill. Shows grit to win that one. Get it into the middle there. In there as far as Peter Duggan. Ruggedly determined. Into the centre as far as Ryan Taylor. Into the inside forward it goes towards Kelly once again. This time his marker is Dan Morrissey. Gets it over his shoulder. More importantly, gets it over the bar as well. And that is 3 in the match so far for Tony Kelly in the opening 16 minutes. Michael Limerick are in some difficulty in their full back line.
They are indeed, but look, again, most players can't get that score. The power of him, the touch then to get it away, to control it, to get it away from Dan Morrissey and over the bar. But it was the ball in again. They're doing brilliantly around the half-back line. The Limerick half-hour line can't get a handle on the game at all. Limerick
now looking for a response, coming across to try and win this and doing so well. Adam English, first time we've really seen him. English stealing a march there on Sean Rain. Adam English hoops. How about that for a hoop? Brilliantly done by Darragh Lohan, and Lohan comes out with it, gets away from Shane O'Brien. This is brilliant stuff. Sean Rain away to the far side, then in the end, and Clare can breathe a mighty sigh of relief after Cathal Malone gets it away downfield. There should have been a score there for Limerick. Brilliance on the part of Darragh Lohan. Meanwhile, it's Shane O'Donnell outside his own 45-metre line. His hand is in the air, the ball's in the air as well, and he's got a score.
That's a brilliant score, Ger. Started by Darragh Lohan. What an absolute hook. Look at this flick here, away from Adam English. The goal was on, and they worked it brilliantly out the field again. Cathal Malone with a lovely long ball. Kelly got the touch, and out comes O'Donnell. He's dancing, weaved out, picked it over the bar.
His uncle would have been so proud of that. Little bit of pulling and dragging over there, so it's got to be a free to Limerick. Clare 4 points without reply, so now it's the turn of Limerick to try and see what they can do with this next opportunity. Yeah. Aidan O'Connor going across to take it. Aidan, whose dad Joe, of course, was a former Limerick captain. He captained them back in 1992 to win the National League. That happened a few moments ago there. Shane O'Donnell, beautiful pick-up, fabulous skill. Wizardry.
And the feet. The feet were so quick.
So Aidan O'Connor now from Ballybrown, 23 years of age. He had one already that he pointed from a free. Looking for a second, and once again he's inch perfect. Good response, and that's exactly what Limerick needed.
That was a big free. I was going to say it there before, like early in the game, but just to settle them down. And you can see John Kiley is urging more effort, particularly from his forward line. Who thought Conor Cleary would be left half back? You know, Garrod Hegarty has been Limerick's most important player all year, and Conor Cleary is in close to him, I'll put it that way.
That one is contested there by Peter Duggan and by Will O'Donoghue. Eventually coming out is Darragh O'Donovan, trying to carry it away out of danger, kicked back by one of the Clare players. They're showing great intensity. They've certainly brought a great level of intensity to the match so far. But now Kyle Hayes steaming through the centre, nobody challenging him, not able to get to him, and that's a fabulous score by a fabulous left half back, Kyle Hayes. And it's now 8 points to 6.
Yeah, what a man coming up the field. We've seen that many times as well, but that was probably the first 50-50 ball, I think, of the game that Limerick have actually won in a tussle. It broke out to Will O'Donoghue, who gave a nice simple pass to Kyle Hayes, and he stuck it over.
Quilligan once again then. Over towards that right-hand side once more. Over there where Kyle Hayes has been the dominant player in most of these matches between Clare and Limerick over the years. Clare now battling to try and win it, to try and get it back there from Adam English. It pops out loose there. Sean Finn was trying to get to it, but Clare have it back once more. And it's under control. And it's driven forward once again down towards Tony Kelly. Kelly there against Barry Nash. And Nash the winner this time. But Kelly's done a lot of damage already with 3 points from open play. Sean Finn again trying to take it to himself, trying to get away from the attentions of Shane O'Donnell. There's no space, there's no room. It's absolutely claustrophobic down there at times. On a very, very humid evening as well. Waiting for the ball to pop out. Who's going to get it? Eventually taken back out there. Adam English out as far as Peter Casey, and Casey delivers it downfield, but it's 3 against 2. The back should have got to it, but credit Shane O'Brien. He worked hard to win that, played it back as far as Kyle Hayes, and then blocked down. And that's a brilliant piece of defending again by Darragh Lohan, and not for the first time. And the referee going across to have a word or two.
Yeah, brilliant play by Lohan. He struggled against Dublin. There's no point saying he didn't that evening down in Thurles. I was doing the commentary, mentioned it a few times, but by God has he made up for today. Look at that. Kyle Hayes had an opportunity to switch the play. Galan was one-on-one inside, he didn't do it. There he's pulled back.
Well, this was what happened. That was the challenge, and then immediately after that in came the stick of Kyle Hayes in over the shoulder. But a very good start to the match by Darragh Lohan, playing in just his 18th championship game, 4th time playing championship against Limerick. Well, Clare's scores so far have all been from play, and Mark Rogers now entrusted with this very long-range free. He is a good 60 to 70 metres from the target because of the angle, and again he measures it perfectly. Really good start by him as well. Good free, and so it restores Clare's 3-point advantage again. Brian Lohan will be absolutely delighted. 7th season as Clare manager, back in an All-Ireland semi-final. All the way up this time as far as Shane O'Brien. Collected well, gave it to Cathal O'Neill, tried to dart away from the attentions of Niall O'Farrell, and then controlling it here, almost at his ease, Aaron Gillard. Well, this one I think has gone away to the left-hand side. It's a 4th wide by Limerick. He almost had too much time in his hands that time.
He did, and he was very casual about it. It was nicely worked again, but great delivery by Dermot Burns. He's the key man if he can get the ball in his hand because of the length of his deliveries. But John Kiley not happy on the sideline so far, and I wouldn't blame him. A lot of players not performing so far, and Clare have been very good.
Long, long way to go. Quilligan again, dropping down on the opposing 45-metre line. What a catch that was by Will O'Donoghue. Well, he's a terrific centre-half back. He used to play in midfield, of course, and then when Declan Hannon left the inter-county scene, he took over the number 6 position for Limerick. That's going to work out there for Nash. Does extremely well to show the necessary willpower to win that, and now give himself a scoring chance, and he's taken it. Really good play by Barry Nash, the cornerback. Got 2 points when they met in the last game, set up a goal as well. This was started from that catch.
Yeah, brilliant catch by Will O'Donoghue, but Barry Nash, like, he started out as a forward, as did Kyle Hayes. They've both got a score now, and you know, that's what he said to his forwards. We need more of this from ye.
Thrilling match so far. Kelly there, trying to make sure that they retain the possession. Difficult with Will O'Donoghue breathing down your neck. And then it's Cathal O'Neill who comes back to help, sending it forward in over the head of David McInerney. Coming out to try and win it for Limerick is Shane O'Brien. Holds it. 2 challenges expected from Clare players. Not 3 players came in on top of him. Then eventually it was Darragh O'Donovan who got it out to Kyle Hayes. And Hayes looking to try and split the post, but this time to the left and wide. So much happening in this match in the opening 24 minutes.
Yeah, now Clare, they're struggling a bit with the long puck out. It's one thing, Eibhear Quilligan, he doesn't normally go short, and Limerick so strong in the half-back line, they're struggling for possession.
And Limerick know that as well, and they're winning a lot of those long puck outs by Clare. Sean Rinn now with the follow-up here. That second ball taken there by Niall O'Farrell, downfield, in behind Will O'Donoghue. Duggan is in there trying to win it. Duggan against Dan Morrissey. The Limerick fans not too happy. Duggan got the shot in, and Duggan got the point as well. But you can see that the Limerick followers here, anyway up near us, felt there was a foul on their man.
And there was, and look, Tyler lets the game flow, but I think there's been a couple of frees that he hasn't given so far. He tried to let the game run, but when it's a foul, it's a foul.
When that ball comes out, let's see who's going to take it and do something with it. That was Garrod Hegarty on his hands and knees. Colm Lyons from Cork, the line umpire, signalling that it's going to be a Clare ball. Yeah, John Kiley probably the less happy of the two managers at this stage in the game. His side, Brian Lohan's side, 3 up. It'll be Tony Kelly who will take the sideline cut. He's started in the inside forward, has gone back out around the middle of the field right now. And that as far as Shane O'Donnell. And O'Donnell was bottled up. And they get a free out of it, maybe. Other referees might have said he held on too long.
Maybe the initial tackle, but certainly once the Limerick players gave him room, or they stood back, there wasn't a foul. But just when he got the ball, controlled it, the arm came in.
And it'll be Mark Rogers who will take this. Mark, who was injured in the match against Tipperary. It took its toll on him as well, I thought, and only now coming back to something like his best. Got 10 points in the match against Limerick when they met in Ennis 9 weeks ago. Just a reminder, on that day, Limerick hammered Clare to the tune of 15 points. 3 between them right now, but it's Clare who are leading. Rogers. Straight and direct, doing his job. 2-pointed frees so far for him, extending the Clare advantage, and they need by 4.
Yeah, I'm wondering about Cian Lynch's injury, you know, how bad it is, because they're certainly missing his link play out on the middle field, half-forward line. They can't get their hands on that ball that he delivers. Anybody
would miss his magic. Right now, that was wonderfully taken by Cathal O'Neill. And then Conor Cleary, denied because of the presence there of Garrod Hegarty. And in the end, out over the sideline, so a line ball coming up, and it'll be to Clare.
Yeah, it was great skill there by Hegarty, lovely flick up in his hand, but we've seen this so often since the start, surrounded immediately by 2-3 Clare players, and you can see the hunger is there.
Cian Lynch sitting down there, twice hurler of the year. 6 hurlers of the year in all involved in today's match squad. And you can throw in another one because, of course, Brian Lohan was hurler of the year back in 1995. Coming away with this is Adam English, trying to make his way forward, stopped and fouled in his tracks, and the end result is going to be a free to Limerick, a chance for them to cut the deficit.
Yeah, lovely pick and swivel there, and you saw the arm coming in high. See the hydration breaks in the soccer. We have one here that could do with it today, I'd say.
Yeah, it's very warm.
Very clammy out there.
So it's going to be Aidan O'Connor who will once again take it. The 2 free takers have done extremely well so far. Mark Rogers for Clare, and the other number 11, Aidan O'Connor. 341 he has scored in this year's championship so far. So now, can he put this one over and make it 11-8? Absolutely. Never in doubt. Superb free taker. Part of a very good UL side as well, of course, this year. Winners of the Fitzgibbon Cup here, back last February, I think it was.
Yeah, I think Limerick will be happy enough, Jared, after 28 minutes. They haven't really got going, and they're only 3 points down.
From the puck out, the target is Duggan. It might run on, and it does, towards Mark Rogers, trying to get it under control outside the little arc. And again, quick as you like. First point for him to come from open play, 3rd of the day. But the economy of movement that time, little space to manoeuvre in, and he did extremely well. 12-8. Barry Nash now, and the referee has spotted something inside.
Yeah, I think since the start of the game, Thomas Walsh has been warning Conor Cleary about holding off the ball. You just see it here, Hegarty trying to make his run.
here, that's where it's happening.
Yeah.
Conor Cleary was holding up the opponent, and the end result is a very simple free, easiest one so far for Aidan O'Connor. So this to make it a 3-point
and good
game
communication, Jared, with the ref. I've heard him a couple of times there saying to Conor, don't hold, stop holding. You give him a few warnings, pull them there. And that's a soft free in the context of a game where scores are very hard to come by. That's thrown away one.
It could be very costly later on. Anyway, he's made it, Aidan O'Connor, and that's a 4th point for him. So with about 6 minutes to go to half-time, 12-9. Once again, the man from Fecal ready to put it back into play. As you were saying earlier, Michael, he's not too fond of the short ones. Tends to go long each time. Here's another one. Limerick have been doing well on these ones so far, but this time it's Peter Duggan who came out to win it, holds off the challenge that time, beats the attempted block right on the sideline. Oh, that's Joe Canning-esque, you know, from way back around 2017.
Against Tip, he had the last pocket again. That is unbelievable skill. Look at the touchdown first of all, and the confidence he had. He shook off Darragh Donovan, then stepped back outside, and just eaten even half a look is all he had. That's his third from play. What a game he's having at centre forward.
And Clare are putting it up to the favourites, Limerick. And they're raiding again with Sean Rinn looking to try and punish and make certain that each opportunity comes for something or counts for something. They got a Hawkeye this time. There is a doubt.
He's their only forward who hasn't scored from play.
But he's had a really good year, Sean Rinn.
Serious work rate.
Developing the whole time. And this, is it in, is it out?
Thought it might have been in, but it could be wrong.
No, it's out.
I'm wrong.
So a fifth wide. Very close anyway, Michael.
Good umpiring.
Yeah. Nicky Quaid then with 13 points to 9. The score, down through the middle it goes. Gillard trying to get a touch on it, but again it's Niall O'Farrell comes across, helped out there by Cathal Malone. Then through the centre comes Ryan Taylor. Challenged there by Adam English, challenged again by Aidan O'Connor. Slipping it outside as far as John Conlon. And the man who got the nod to start today sees this one blocked down, and away come Limerick once again. Adam English through the middle as far as Aaron Gillard. Back here into the middle as far as Darragh O'Donovan for a way out. And he's missed. And it's 6 misses already by Limerick. Not that usual level of efficiency we associate with the champions of so many All-Irelands in recent years.
No, and he snapped at that. You know, he had a little bit more time just to settle himself, but the minute he got it a little bit, maybe waiting for the tackle to come in, because Clare have been so aggressive on every possession. They've closed Limerick down really quickly, and maybe that was in the back of his head, but he snapped at that one.
Well, Clare looking to continue that level of aggression that Michael Daglin's talking about, and here we go. It's Cathal Malone back out as far as Kelly. Kelly, straight as you could wish, never deviated, and it's a fourth for the mighty man from Ballyea. 14-9.
Yeah, and tactically, we'll come back to it. Here's Kyle Hayes.
Puck out's been taken out as far as Kyle Hayes. Clare were slow that time to spot the puck out that Limerick were planning, and then it's from Gillard back here as far as Aidan O'Connor, looking to try and score from this. It's gone away left. Not the best so far from Limerick.
Pulled it back again. But I was just going to make the point here that tactically, you know, Clare have got so much right. Starting the 3 lads inside, but then Kelly has started to drift out the field. Duggan went back inside. But like he does, we've seen this so often here. But Cathal Malone again, what he does so well, so simple, lovely pass. Kelly doesn't miss those. 4 from play.
Absolutely. Seemed to be a bit of a problem there for Garroyd Hagerty after we watched that again there. Well, there have been days when Tony Kelly didn't always produce to the level that we know he can in Croke Park. Today is not one of those days. He's very animated. He is very, very upset, and he's got a yellow card. What's that about, Michael?
I didn't see it. Dermot Burns and Kelly are having serious words there.
Well, that's what we can just make of it.
He just ran into him off the ball. It's harmless enough.
Tom Morrissey is coming on. He's on, in fact, number 25. And that's before half-time, but 90 seconds before the end of the opening 35. Kelly is fired up. There's no doubt about that. It's that kind of game. They're getting really involved. They've got involved right from the word go, giving it their level best. Fans loving it so far. Long, long way to go. Free for Clare coming up, and it'll be Mark Rogers who will take it. A couple of minutes to be added on, I imagine, at the end of the opening 35. This is 50 metres from the target. Very light breeze, Very good shot. 4 points by Mark Rogers. 3 of the 4 have been from frees. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of all of this, so they are now, 6 in front. Barry Nash looking for Shane O'Brien. 1 point so far for him. Helping out this time is Aidan O'Connor. They need a bit more cut up front. They need a bit more of an edge. They're being dominated, almost bullied this time by Clare. Limerick did something against them when they played in Cusack Park. And now this time it's Barry Nash down on the ground, the referee racing in. Clare were going to have the free. This was Shane O'Donnell reaching up for it and Barry Nash colliding into him. End result is going to be a free once again for Mark Rogers to give them an even better position heading into half-time. I don't know too many people who foresaw this, although you said at the outset you had a feeling about Clare.
Well, look, we're our Ireland champions 2 years ago. There were a lot of injuries last year. There's a long way to go in this game, but like, they have a huge amount of talent on the field. They're winning all the one-on-one battles out there at the moment. Mark
Rogers taking and Mark Rogers scoring. 5 points for him. So this is the position, 16 points to 9. Tom Morris has come back out and Garrod Hagerty's come back on. Limerick haven't scored now for the last 6, nearly 7 minutes. Can they get a score before half-time? Just to settle things a little bit. It's Adam English, and English on cue gets the score they so badly need. No goals in this game so far, but 6 between them.
Yeah, you saw Garrett Hegarty to his left there, but he really wasn't up with him. You know, if he'd made his run a bit earlier, he was in for a goal there. There was a great chance, but he didn't make the run.
It's going to be a very interesting half-time in the 2 dressing rooms, that's for certain. Clare will be delighted with the level of effort they've shown so far and the way in which they have bossed Limerick from time to time for much of the first half. Limerick have work to do. Again, this ball collected eventually by Cathal O'Neill. Out to his left-hand side to Dara O'Donovan, the supplier, all the way down towards Shane O'Brien. Got there ahead of Dara Lohan this time. Can they get another one? Lohan tried to keep him out there. O'Brien on a ground where he did well in the Fitzgibbon Cup final, but on the losing side that day. Doesn't want to happen again. And that's cleared away brilliantly by Eibhear Quilligan, but only as far as Cathal O'Neill. And O'Neill can finish decisively, and he does. Opening point of the match scored by Cathal O'Neill. 5 of the Limerick forwards have now scored. They need each and every one of those. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, you saw Shane O'Brien here twist and turn him, but in fairness, look at it's Dermot Ryan comes back again. I've been so impressed with him in this first half. His work rate gets the block in, but came back out to O'Neill and he did well to pop it over.
And there's the half-time whistle sounded by our match official, Thomas Walsh from Waterford. It's been a very, very interesting, exciting opening 35 minutes. It's a case where there are still a situation where Limerick have a lot of work to do. Clare have been by far the better team, I think, in the opening 35 minutes. They've shown the necessary approach. 5 between them here. Some excellent performances at the break, at half-time here. It is Clare who lead. Clare 16 points, Limerick 11. We're back with Joanna on the panel right after this. One of the talking points there, I suppose, is Tony Kelly. Great first half, second half getting underway, but he is on a yellow card. Let's see what happens in the second 35 minutes. So anyway, it's John Conlon in possession. Limerick then surround him, get the ball back, slip it back out there, and eventually into the hands of Aidan O'Connor. And O'Connor beating the attempted block before driving it away in. Huge one in, and also a huge one wide. And that is 8 wides already by Limerick in this match.
Yeah, and the wides are hurting them. You know, Clare have been way more proficient. They've scored 75% of the shots. Limerick have only about 45% or 47% strike rate, which is not good enough. But they'll need a big start to the half here. You know, Clare have dominated the first half, but Limerick's still in it.
Let's see if they can get it. It's Cathal Malone, and he was taking too many steps in the view of referee Thomas Walsh, known as Tyler, from Waterford, and so it's going to be a free to Limerick. This is the 65th ever championship game between these two counties. Limerick winning 41 so far to Clare's 21. There have been 2 draws, and one of those was in the 2022 round robin, and the Munster final that year also ended level and needed to go to extra time. Don't rule it out, as Cian Lynch is limbering up down along the sideline there. Will we see him come in? I'm sure we will at some stage if Limerick require him. It's going to be Diarmuid Burns who will take this. Man who's been a commanding figure at the back for Limerick over many, many years. He can well put it over from here. Breeze is going left to right, little breeze. It's moving in, but it's moving away to the right-hand side. And that's 2 wides at the beginning of the second half by Limerick. Their fans won't be too pleased. Still that gap, 5 between them.
Yeah, it sucks the energy out of the team a bit, and it was a long time taking that as well. You know, they're 5 points down. It took them nearly a minute to take it.
From the puck out, Limerick looking to mop it up in the middle of the field. It's Adam English who gets there ahead of Mark Rogers. Slipped across there by Will O'Donoghue. Taken up by Dara O'Donovan. The man from Doon gets it across to Diarmuid Burns once again. Hit that last free a little while ago. 2 in the inside forward line racing to try and win this. One of them is Shane O'Brien. Trying to get away from his marker, Dara Lohan. Made 1 super block earlier on in the half, and then he took too many seconds over it, really. It took too much time. And that's the second time they've been caught for that now.
Yeah, we should have given it straight away. Aaron Gillane was on his own outside him, and he just took too much time on the ball. And you know, even coming out with that last ball, there was 2 or 3 passes there that didn't go to hand. They're on the ground, it's slowing down the game. It's not the normal, crisp, fast hurling that we expect from this Limerick team.
Diarmuid Ryan is going to take the free from his own 20-metre line. Up towards Peter Duggan, broken down there. Little flick then by Will O'Donoghue, his marker. And then coming out of it eventually is Shane O'Donnell, and O'Donnell skips away outside the arc, gets enough room to get the shot away, but it's gone to the right-hand side. And that is their first wide of the second half. Limerick fans now trying to gee up their team a little bit, get the level of support going in the stands. Out to Cathal O'Neill this comes. They'd love a score at this point from this man here, brilliantly talented, and now he's got a point in each half. In his 30th championship game, he's made it 16 points to 12. The margin's down to 4.
Yeah, brilliant score. Quite a puck out from Nicky Quaid, but it was the run off the ball of Cathal O'Neill. He ran 50-60 metres into the space, and Quaid put it inch perfect in front of him. It bounced up and he's handed over the bar.
Quilligan going down through the centre. Attack there by Barry Nash. Broken down. Onto it quickly comes Kyle Hayes. Into the centre as far as Peter Casey. Point scorer in the first half. Limerick had 8 different scorers during that first half, but there were still 5 behind at the break. This comes out towards John Conlon, and it's helped here by David McInerney, one of the stars of the 2013 All-Ireland. In it goes towards Ryan Taylor. Taylor ready to go forward. Garrett Hagerty after him. Back out it comes as far as Shane O'Donnell. Looks at his handiwork, and the umpires aren't so sure. Looks like they're going to Hawkeye. They are. So once again, Hawkeye called into action.
There's been some brutal wides. That was an unbelievable move. McInerney to Ryan Taylor. They did everything right. Gave it to the man in a better position.
Well, let's see. Did he get his point? Did he not? It's outside. No, it's a Neil, I think. And that's confirmation. So that is 7 wides by Clare. Their lead down to 4.
Yeah, and that would have been, see Brian Lohan, he's down on his hunkers there. That would have been an inspirational score. It was one in the field, the other. Great catch by Hagerty.
Hagerty gets there ahead of a couple of other players, and the referee, you think, is going to take the notebook out and having a word maybe with John Conlon. Conlon moving away. In fact, it's going to be Conor Cleary, I think. Cleary is the one who gets the yellow card. Well, the referee did speak to him a few times in the first half. So a push in the back, the referee has said to Peter Duggan, and that is the reason why he has given the yellow card to Conor Cleary, as Duggan was quizzing it. So now an eminently scoreable position here for Limerick. Once again, Aidan O'Connor got 4 points in the first half. Breeze seems to have dropped again. It's not very strong today, quite light, just nice and fresh. And that is absolutely perfect. Never wavered again. 5 points scored by Aidan O'Connor. And now the Limerick fans are to be heard in full voice all around Croke Park in an attendance of 56,891 people.
Yeah, they're delighted with that start of the second half. You know, I said Clare had that easy wide. Limerick had a couple as well, but they're down to 3 now.
Niall O'Farrell delivers it poorly, only as far as Diarmuid Burns. Clare will have expected this purple patch from Limerick. Is this the start of it? Racing out to get it is Gillane. Gets away from McInerney. After him comes Conlon. Caught him, I thought. Then back as far as Dara O'Donovan. O'Donovan moving forward, loses the way. No free given, and Clare get the ball away quickly. Out as far as Sean Rinn. Flicked away from him by Will O'Donoghue, takes it up beautifully. Stepped over near the line, but the ball was in. Got as far as Garrod Hagerty. Spoons it away outside to the right-hand side. Collected there by Diarmuid Burns from inside his own 65-metre line. It's a mighty effort. It's a Burns special. It's exactly what Limerick required, and they are right back in it now. A 2-point game after 41, nearly 42 minutes.
Yeah, brilliant score there. Great work by Garrod Hagerty, got it out of him. Hagerty has really stepped up since half-time. Conor Cleary's on the yellow on him, he's going to have to be careful. And Burns with an absolute monster, and you can hear the crowd here, the atmosphere is building, and Clare need a score to settle them.
Limerick have done all the scoring in the start of the second half. 3 points, Clare with nothing so far. And that went out off the stick there, I think, of Aidan O'Connor. It's going to be, let's see who's going to get it. It's going to be a Limerick ball, is it?
Limerick ball, yeah. And Jerry, you can see since half-time, we talked about leadership, you know, yesterday evening, maybe in the Cork match when they needed leaders. But you see there, Will O'Donoghue, what a pick-up on the sideline there. Centre half-back, Diarmuid Burns at right half-back, Hagerty. You know, these lads, Galan came out and won a great ball there. Okay, didn't end in the score, but you can see them all putting their shoulder to the wheel.
Darragh O'Donovan taking it. All the way over, crossover towards Garrod Hagerty. One of the former players of the year playing in this match. Hagerty annoyed.
Cleary is gone, I'd say. He's on the yellow. Is he going to...
One more, I think, is the word to the offender that time, and you are gone. Hagerty very, very vexed by that. Free coming up anyway to Limerick to trim the Clare lead to just 1.
Yeah, they'll have to take him off. In fairness, they couldn't send him off for that, you know, but it is his 3rd foul. He's just after getting the yellow. I can't see how Clare can leave him on the field.
Yeah, got to make changes, no doubt about that. They know it.
But Hagerty again, like, what a catch. And
free coming up anyway after the Clare manager Brian Lohan had a word there with the line umpire Colin Lyons, and Diarmuid Burns from 65 metres out. Once again, straight and perfect and true, and 2 in a row for Diarmuid Burns now. And now look at the scoreline. It is Clare 16 points, Limerick 15. Will he be coming on? Right now, his colleagues are doing the business down there. We anticipated, I'm sure Brian Lohan certainly anticipated, that Limerick would come out with all guns blazing for the second half. That's what they had to do. Their work rate was poor in the first half. They were being bossed around by Clare. And that ball out of defence now has gone out over the sideline, indicative of the pressure that they are feeling at this time. Adam Hogan with that wayward pass. Line ball coming up, and it'll be Barry Nash leaving it there. I think once again Darragh O'Donovan will be entrusted with the sideline cut.
Yeah, Clare and short puckouts, you know, they don't tend to work. Patrick Horgan saying at half-time there, you know, in the first half, down on top of Peter Duggan, they did win some breaking ball there, and they've gone away from that now.
O'Donovan down. In there is Peter Casey on his hands and knees there, with Adam Hogan standing over him. Real pile-up of bodies. Last man up there, I think, is Niall O'Farrell, trying to get that ball away for Clare. They get it back as far as David McInerney, back out as far as John Conlon. And then in the middle of the field is Tony Kelly, taking control of this situation. A real hit and hope one that's gone to the right-hand side. And it's a 3rd wide by Clare in the second half. That miss was by Tony Kelly, who had an amazingly good first half. And there is a change coming up now, and I can see number 20, Cian Galvin, is coming in. There he is. Had to come in. It was necessary. This man was on a yellow card, and there was a real danger that Conor Cleary would see red very, very soon, and Brian Lohan had no choice. So Galvin in to play his 13th championship match. Great catch, brilliantly taken there, that time by Garrod Hagerty, giving the leadership back out as far as Peter Casey, one of the sport's most lethal corner forwards, Casey. That time the referee again signalling that it's going to be a free coming up. This time it's going to be for Clare.
Yeah, give a free for throw ball here. Peter Casey arguing here, he was fouled, flicked it back, and you watch Will O'Donoghue here.
End result anyway for that throw is going to be that Clare have this opportunity now, and it'll be Mark Rogers. He's just inside his own half. scored 5 points in the first half.
That should be 20 yards forward from that, where he threw the ball. He was inside his own half, around the place there where Adam English is standing. That's where the foul was committed.
It's a very good point. Let's see whether or not he can make it. Should have the distance. Has he got the accuracy Clare need it?
Yeah,
He's got it.
No
First point of the second half. Took on the pressure, and Mark Rogers, the 25-year-old from Scariff, gets Clare's first point of the second half. And now they lead by 2 again. Puck out by Nicky Quaid. Downfield, racing for it and getting it. Aidan O'Connor ready to take on his man, who is Dermot Ryan, cutting inside. Back there to collect it for Clare is David McInerney, sweeping it out to the wings, out as far as Cathal Malone, and Malone under pressure before he drove it away downfield, and the referee blows the whistle. Hang on, he says. The referee says the linesman's flag on this near side has been raised, so they're stopping the clock, but it's going to be a line ball. Just as Clare were clearing that. 26 coming in is going to be David Reedy, and the player is going off is Darragh O'Donovan. Reedy has made a great contribution over the years to Limerick's success under John Kiley over the last 10 very successful seasons. In he comes.
There was stretch on, I think, for John Conlon as well.
And that's a good change to make as well. So John Conlon off. He did a really good job in the middle of the field, helping to negate the influence of Darragh O'Donovan in particular. And now in comes Diarmuid Stritch to play in the championship for the 6th time. From that line ball, it's in there as far as Garrod Hagerty, slipping, still holding the ball somehow like a conjurer. Cian Galvin got a touch to it. They tried to work it out. Finally it comes out here towards Cathal Malone. Clare having to work really hard. Galvin now, the substitute, who came on in place of Conor Cleary, sweeping it across all the way over as far as Sean Rinn. Moving forward is Dermot Ryan. Saw Will O'Donoghue's presence there, trying to check and get out of the way. In the end, ball went off the Limerick player. It's going to be a Clare line ball. Diarmuid Stritch is an interesting player to bring in. Lots and lots of energy and lots of potential.
And pace, Ger, and pace. And in fairness, John Conlon did a really good job on Darragh O'Donovan. Even the last ball that Aidan O'Connor was going to flick over the bar, he got back and got the flick, got the touch, and he's done his job.
There is Stritch straight away, but can't take it. It's the other sub for Limerick. This time it's David Reedy playing it back, and that shot has gone away to the right-hand side. That is 10 wides now by Limerick. 8, I make it, by Clare. Clare still in front in the 49th into the 50th minute of this game. So about 21 minutes of the 70 still to go. Limerick and Clare battling for a place in the All-Ireland final in 2 weeks' time. Stritch couldn't take that one. Limerick have it back. Fired forward that time by David Reedy. Down into the inside forwards, down towards Aaron Gillard. Gillard trying to get there before the end line. Didn't do so. Ball's gone wide. Another missed opportunity by Limerick.
Yeah, there was just too much pace on the ball from David Reedy. Right idea, but he should have just lobbed it in front of him and passed it in instead of hitting it so hard. And there's been a lot of mistakes that you can just feel the tension here now. Crucial period of the game here now.
Mistakes, tension, but drama aplenty as well. Huge match. Taken up here beautifully by Tony Kelly, making an angle for himself and sending it inside the right-hand upright. And that's his first of the second half. It's 5th and all. And Clare fans a little relieved now because they've gone back into a 3-point lead and there are 20 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, and Tony Kelly has switched out to the middle of the field there. He's on David Reedy now, and they wanted him more involved in the game, brought him out, and straight away he puts one over.
Aidan O'Connor loses it. Sean Rinn has it. Hand passing inside. That little shot there. Rogers, and that's gone away to the right-hand side, and that is another one gone astray. Mark Rogers with 6 points already in the game, one of them from open play. He's done well on the freeze. Quaid sending it, dropping all the way down inside the Clare 45-metre line. What a catch that is by Garrod Hagerty, ever the target man, on for Casey, on an advantage. They don't need it, they've got a score here, and that was put over the bar. Peter Casey with a point in each half. Brilliant leap into the air. So strong, so committed, and then a very fine finish by Peter Casey.
Yeah, look, we mentioned Hegarty so much since half-time. That's his 4th catch that I can remember since half-time, and he's been fouled on a number of occasions for the freeze. He's really leading the charge up there.
Well, he came in earlier on, Tom Morrissey, as a blood sub. Now he's coming on for Aaron Gillan. So for the second match in a row, he's been, well, not in a row, but he's taken off. Yeah, it is in a row, actually, because the Munster final was their last game. Off went Aaron Gillan. From the puck out. Touchdown there by Diarmuid Burns, having to kick it backwards, back towards Dan Morrissey. Runs into traffic then. Shane O'Donnell trying to make sure it doesn't go too far. Into Ryan Taylor. Taylor under a lot of pressure. Slipping the hand pass back to Niall O'Farrell. Well blocked down. Still managed to get it inside somehow. Mopped up by Barry Nash. Played it back outside here as far as Kyle Hayes. All the way down towards the unmarked Tom Morrissey. Only just on. Morrissey looking at the target. Morrissey shooting, but that's a wayward one. That's got away, and that's 12 wides already by Limerick. It's not typical, and they are still 2 behind.
Yeah, credit Sean Rinn again. He put a pressure on him. He didn't get to him, but he put pressure on him. He was in the back. He was in his eye line and put him off enough.
There's Stritch in the middle of it all, losing the helmet, getting the free. Ball was handled on the ground by somebody from Limerick, and it'll be a free to Clare and for Mark Rogers, and they look to try and take a 3-point lead once more. Bodies colliding, total commitment from everybody out there. The prize is such a huge one to come back here. What a championship it's been in some respects, Michael. It's been criticised widely and roundly, but so many people were saying it had to be a Limerick versus Cork final. Well, Galway are already there, and I don't know, Clare could make it.
They could, yeah, and look, that's the joy of sport, and at this top level, you know, it's hard to peak every day, it's hard to stay there. Limerick have had a lot of big games over the summer. Clare have maybe time to run, but we'll see now. 20 minutes to go.
Mark Rogers, 65 metres out from the Limerick goal, to add to the 6 points he's already got. Every one of these frees so important, big pressure frees. He's taken that pressure once again on his little shoulders, or his broad shoulders really, and he's made it 19 points to 16. From the puck out, down towards Garroyd Hagerty once more. In came the Clare sticks immediately after that, and Clare managed to win it back, and they take it out there. And flicked forward once again by Rogers. Down it goes, and this is Peter Duggan getting by. There's a penalty surely coming up here. He was tripped by Nicky Quaid. Duggan going down.
The ball went into the net. This is what Clare...
It is a penalty.
But the ball was in the net.
You're right. Clare would prefer the goal.
And it's surely a black card as well then.
It has to be.
Yeah. But you watch it here, Peter Duggan gets inside, flicks it over. He's fouled here, but the ball ends up in the back of the net. So the goal should stand.
Well, it should, but right now it's not. It was kicked in the end by Barry Nash, I think.
Yeah, Barry Nash. This is definitely a foul. He's getting plenty of advice, the ref, but he's indicated that it's a penalty, so I'm not sure he can change his mind now. It's definitely a black card for Nicky Quaid, which he applied the rule.
So the referee having words with.
And funny enough, if he gives the goal, it won't be a black card, because...
That's the peculiarity, isn't it?
Yeah, because he hasn't denied the goal scoring chance.
Yeah, yeah. Limerick don't want to lose their goalkeeper, that's for sure. They don't want to lose a goal either. But what a goal will be in Clare's favour if it happens. Let's see what's going to happen. Now the referee's calling across Nicky Quaid. The substitute goalkeeper is Colin Ryan from Palace Green. He deliberately tripped him, the referee has said to him, and the end result is going to be not black, but a yellow card. He wasn't in possession of the ball at the time, so yellow rather than black.
I think the black card rule will have to be cleaned up this year. You know, there's been a few instances of it where it's not clear exactly what it is. So I think it'll just have to be covered. Cynical play added into it as well. But this is peculiar now. If he saves this penalty, this is massive.
It is.
Turning point. The ball was in the net. The advantage rule should have applied, and it should be a goal to Clare, in my view.
So now will Clare be still just 3 points up? Nicky Quaid knows he's lucky to still be on the field. It's Tony Kelly who's going to take it. In the past he has scored 18 championship goals. One of those championship goals was against Clare, against Limerick in Ennis 9 weeks ago. They need to score here, Clare. It's Kelly. He scored! It's a bullet! A goal and 5 scored by Tony Kelly. after 57 minutes. 119 for Clare, 16 points for Limerick.
But, well, Jerry, I need to worry about, there was no saving that. What a rocket, a brilliant goal, and deserved. You know, it would have been a terrible injustice if it wasn't, but see the topspin he put in that power. And Nicky Quaid, one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest goal, he never got him look at it.
And on comes Cian Lynch. Lynch is on for the remaining minutes of this match, and Cathal O'Neill is the one going off. That's four subs now used by Limerick. That's Garrod Hagerty. There's still time for them. Into Adam English. English wants to go away quickly. The referee's going to bring him back. It's not football and tap and go stuff, he's telling him. So back you come. There will be a free.
Yeah, well, if Limerick do get out of this, they'll thank Hagerty, because again, what a brilliant catch. He gave it straight away. Ryan Taylor got tangled up there. It's a free. In fairness, English was up and playing on. But you'd imagine at this stage, if Limerick are to get back into it, do they need a goal? I know there's still lots of time.
Yellow card for Ryan Taylor. There was a match here last Sunday where one team was 6 points up and didn't win. That was football. Aidan O'Connor looking to chip away at that lead. That's a good start. 6 points by him, and now the margin is back down to 5. It's very manageable with 13 at least minutes and another 3 or 4 on top of that. Yep. The Brains Trust on the sideline. Paul Kinnerk there with John Kiley. They've masterminded so many wonderful days for Limerick fans and for this Limerick team. But it's Clare now who are putting it up to them once again. Peter Duggan involved in that penalty a little while ago. Diarmuid Stritch, and Stritch was being tripped. Clare have the free. Sean Rinn showing his delight. Fans excited, wondering and hoping that this might be their day. A lot of words still between some of the players and the match referee. And a yellow card has been issued. Garrod Hagerty, the one who gets this one. The next action we will see will be a free for Clare to be taken by Mark Rogers. Score of 7 points out of that tally of 119 so far. This to restore the 6-point advantage they had once that penalty goal from Tony Kelly went in. .50 metres out, and this one has gone wide. Not the time for Clare to get their 10th wide of the game. Takes a little bit of the pressure off Limerick, and now Limerick can try and go downfield and win possession, but not if Tony Kelly has his way. Well, that was short and slack. Tom Morrissey coming in, seems to have his hurley held, and the referee's got to bring it back. There'll be a free to Limerick. And now a chance to make it a 4-point game once again.
Yeah, 2-point swing there. You know, that was just lack of concentration there from Mark Rogers. Tony Kelly tried to flick a ball back inside there, and Tom Morrissey, he's done well since he come on. This is just keeping Limerick in it.
So once again it will be the free taker, Aidan O'Connor. 4 points from him in the first half, so far 2 in the second. Pretty still evening by Croke Park standards. Deep intake of breath. Needs to nail it. He's done it. Very well done indeed by Aidan O'Connor. 7 points in the match. And now in points 22-18. 4 points the margin. It's hotting up even more. 10 minutes to go. Eibhear Quilligan ready with the puck out. Considering short, probably ready to go long. That's when he's most comfortable. Driven away downfield, down towards Duggan again, the prime target. Got it in his paw. Inside, Kelly whips on it, straight at the goalkeeper. Easy one for Nicky Quaid to make that save, and then dish it out as far as Diarmuid Burns. Get away from Duggan the next time. So that didn't quite work out, and that one has gone out over the sideline. Carried out. Well, was it carried out? Maybe it was gone out already before Garrod Hagerty got his hands on it. That seems to be the indication.
Yeah, that was a good chance for Tony Kelly. He opted to go on the ground. He was right, but he didn't get behind it properly. But great work by Peter Duggan. Comes out to Dermot Burns here, but Peter Duggan chased him into a corner and forced him to puck the ball down that line, over the line.
Ian Galvin's coming on. I think I saw David Fitzgerald as well there. Not sure if there was a double substitution, but Ian Galvin's on a replacement for Mark Rogers. Rogers tiring, and Galvin has never left Clare down and usually comes up with a score when the pressure is really, really on. Mike Casey is also being readied by Limerick. So a little confab over there between Garrod Hegarty and the official, Chris Mooney. Mike Casey is on in place of Dan Morrissey, so a like for a like, really. Crucial late calls being made by the two managers, John Kiley of Limerick, Brian Lohan of Clare. Can they negotiate their way to the All-Ireland final here in 2 weeks' time against Galway, who are looking on, watching this, wondering who their opponents will be. Garrod Hegarty back. That's there towards David Reedy. Fired in, but not what he was looking for, and that one's gone wide, and it's a total of 13 wides now by Limerick in this match.
Yeah, Gerard, I was just thinking that they've 18 points on the board. They normally are aiming to hit 30 points a game, but their shooting has been, like, that wasn't on there again. He was on the back foot, but when he looked inside, there was nobody inside, there was no one showing for the ball, and it was kind of a half effort. He knew himself that it wasn't on, and he still went for it.
Sean Rins off, David Fitzgerald is finally on. And that puck out. Attack there by Cian Lynch, didn't make it. Mike Casey tries to get it for Limerick. Lynch shows interest again. Out towards Dermot Stritch, the man who goes to college in Limerick. Won a Fitzgibbon this year. Back out it comes as far as Dermot Ryan. That's a wayward shot. Very, very poor clearance by the one number 5 to another. Dermot Burns has it. Advancing into the middle towards Cian Lynch. Tripped that time by Peter Duggan. Free to Limerick coming up, so free taker is going to be required, and that'll be Dermot Burns. And that was a bit silly, giving away a scoring opportunity. Eminently presentable for a player of the calibre of Dermot Burns. The man has got 2 points already today, and that's 150 points he's got to go with the 6 goals he's registered in his very fine Limerick career. Former hurler of the year. This to close the gap at a crucial time. He's done it. 3 for Dermot Burns. Yeah. A goal separating the teams.
And Clare haven't scored since the penalty. That's the penalty now. 3 points in a row for Limerick. Kiley trying to get the crowd going, trying to get them behind them.
7-8 minutes since Clare scored. They go again with their own puck out, Eibhear Quilligan. Just over 5 minutes of the 70 remaining at Croke Park in this All-Ireland semi-final. That's out over the line, and that's going to be a line ball which will be to Clare. Limerick contesting it.
I don't think I ever saw as many line balls in a match. The amount of puck-outs that have been right down the line. You'd imagine Duggan out the middle, like you saw him catching the last one.
That's taken quickly in there as far as Dermot Stritch. Right across as far as Dermot Ryan. His last clearance was very, very loose. This one has gone to the right of the post, and it's gone wide. The teams haven't had great days in terms of shooting. 11 wides by Clare, 13 wides by Limerick. Still there to be won. Dermot Ryan attacks it there. Hegarty then appeals to the referee that he was caught, and he was. Free coming up to Limerick, and this could make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, and if you took him out of it, I mentioned him so often in the second half, how many times has he been fouled? There's the hurling over the neck. Could be another yellow card.
Yellow card to Niall O'Farrell, I think, this time. 4 yellow cards issued to Clare players. He's the latest. And once again, pressure is on the shoulders of Dermot Burns. Man who's got 3 goals and 14 points already in this year's championship. Goals against Cork, against Tipperary, and against Clare. 3 points the margin. Another highly pressurised shot. This time the umpires are going to the right, and they're waving it wide. the worst possible time to have a miss like that. Clare are still ahead, 4 minutes to go. John Kiley's team 3 behind. Paul Kinnerk calling out instructions. All hands to the pump at this stage. Highly pressurised. Who's going to make it? From the puck out all the way down towards Duggan. Breaks loose. Limerick are in there to get it. Barry Nash has it. Slips it out to Cian Lynch into the middle. Dropped initially there by Adam English. Goes again. Challenged there by Ryan Taylor. Into the centre towards David Reedy. Reedy trying to get away, looking for something. The referee says play on. They do. They get it downfield. But it's collected there by Clare's Adam Hogan. And the cornerback there keeping off the attentions of Peter Casey. Hand passing it back. Back it goes as far as Darragh Lohan. As you can see, we're now only 3 minutes from the finish of the 70 plus stoppage time, and that was very loose. And Clare in difficulty at the back there. Galvin, glad to see somebody coming in to help him, but that somebody was Cathal Malone. Then there was a loose pull, and it's going to be a free out to Clare at the end of all of that.
Yeah, there's many sort of passage of play there, but at the very end here, there was a bad ball across by Adam Hogan. A lot of pressure on Cian Galvin, but you watch, I think Cian Lynch comes in here, a bit of a chop here, chop down there on Cathal Malone, well spotted by Tyler.
Well, Clare, remember, have not scored, Michael, since the 57th minute, which is 10 minutes ago now at this stage.
Yeah, that was the penalty, wasn't it? And I think the quandary that Limerick are in here, Garrett Hegarty would normally be gone in full forward at this stage, but he's winning so much ball at 10. Without him in the second half, Limerick wouldn't be in this game. So they can't move him in, but they need him in there, in my opinion, and they need to launch a couple of balls in there.
Stritch has gone off. They'll have to bring on a temporary sub. That temporary sub will be David Reedy. So good to see him back. We'll have 2 David Reedys in the match, 1 per team, but great to see the Clare David Reedy back after that injury against Dublin. Culligan playing it down. Limerick have the bodies back there. Kyle Hayes secure. Out as far as Cian Lynch. Slipped out to the right hand side to Diarmuid Burns, who fancies going long all the way down to the full forward Shane O'Brien. He has it, trying to get inside. He was being caught there by Darragh Lohan. The referee had him on an advantage. The umpire saw it going wide, so it'll be going to be brought back. And now if this goes over, it'll be once again 2 between them. That's what happened there. Then the hurley was being caught, plainly seen by referee and everybody else.
Yeah, super ball by Diarmuid Burns. Lovely height from him. O'Brien did really well. He was brave. Got the hand up and won the free.
So there's a big round of applause for David Reedy coming in. And after that, it's the turn of Aidan O'Connor. He's got 7 points so far. Diarmuid Burns missed the last one, but it's a bit outside the normal range that we see Diarmuid Burns hitting them. But anyway, Aidan O'Connor is inch perfect with this one, and he's made it his 8th score of the day. So now 119 to 20 points, 22 to 20. As you can see, we're in the 70th minute. Clare hanging on. Limerick coming back, it would appear. Who's going to win it?
They're probably going to get 5 minutes anyway, I'd imagine. And
Culligan blocking it out, down towards Duggan. Little nudge in the back. It helped, and in came Cian Lynch to get it for Limerick. Trying to free it outside there towards David Reedy, the Limerick man bearing that name. Out to Tom Morrissey. Down it goes as far as Adam English. English diagonally across. Great ball over. Oh, here's a chance. Here's a chance. Oh, it's in the back of the net by Aidan O'Connor. Aidan O'Connor with a goal and 8 coming at the 70th minute. And now look at the scoreline. Limerick are ahead by 1.
Yeah. What a ball by Adam English. Unbelievable. What a passage of play. Like, Cian Lynch caught the puck out, they worked it out, they had no room, and then when he could have went for the point, he played a brilliant ball. Look at the catch from Lynch that started it. I think a yellow card for Darragh Lohan. He threw the hurl at O'Connor after what the finish was unbelievable. Look at the catch.
He had just got into a full forward position. Aidan O'Connor gets his 5th ever championship goal. What a crucial time to get it. So Limerick ahead by 1. And the referee sees a foul, and there's a push, and it's going to be a free out to Limerick. What a comeback by Limerick. 6 behind after the penalty. They never gave up. And now Clare will be hoping in the 5 minutes, well, 4 left, that they can somehow still rescue this match. and take it even to 2 periods of extra time. Peter Duggan arguing the toss with the referee as we watch Brian Lohan calmly walk up and down, and Duggan gets a yellow card. He had a great first half. He has made some great catches. 3 points for the Limerick fans now down there, all around Croke Park, on their feet, shouting out the encouragement. They want to be back here like old times. Haven't been here since 2023 on All-Ireland final day.
Yeah, with 5 minutes there, you see the ball being brought forward there. That new descent rule, 30 metres. Peter Duggan kept yapping, and
in the second half, Limerick have got 1-9 so far. Clare have got 1-3.
that's incredible. 16 points at half-time, 1-3 only. That's a penalty as well in that.
David Burns right in the middle of the field. A picture of composure. A shot that has got away to the right. 15 wides by Limerick. They're leaving Clare in it. A point down. They need the next score. That's held in play over there. This time it is David Fitzgerald advancing. Limerick dare not foul, and that is a poor shot by Fitzgerald, and that is 12 wides and an awful miss, and they know it in the stands. Still another couple of minutes to go. Nervous and tense. Nicky Quaid driving it away down. The usual prime target is Garroyd Hagerty. He's over there, but he's watching others like Peter Casey get to it. And Casey advancing, thought about the shot, trying to make a better angle for himself. Slips it back to the goal scorer O'Connor. Back out it comes again towards Shane O'Brien. Oh, that one might just work out yet. And in the end, the referee has seen a foul, and it's got to be a free in.
Yeah, it was David Reid that was fouled. Just shows you the way Limerick think. They thought it was a goal on. Just a trip there by Dermot Ryan. It was accidental, but he just...
Well, this should be enough, Michael, to see off the challenge of Clare. There'll be still 2 between them. Still a bit of time. Clare fans urging their team on as best they can.
Yeah, to put 2 between them, but as we all know, 2 points a dangerous lead.
Can be.
Yeah.
But Clare have gone so long without a score. That is the problem. Scoring has just dried up for them. Aidan O'Connor with a goal and 8.
You can remember Tony Kelly getting a point from play. I think that might be it. Like 2 frees, I think, and a penalty in the second half.
That's well over the bar. It's another one. So now, position is, with a minute left of the 5, the referee can on an extra few seconds if he wants. It is 119 to 121. Limerick by 2. Fintan Fitzgerald, number 20, has come on in place of Peter Casey. Clare need a goal. Can they get it? Not if Will O'Donoghue has his way. Garroyd Hagerty's there, so too was David Reedy, and it was a throw ball, so they got to lob it in, surely, and see if they can somehow get a goal out of this. Kelly's going to go short, catching them napping, out to David Fitzgerald, who that missed a little while ago. Fitzgerald feeds it forward, not taken in by Dermot Ryan. Limerick have it instead. There's Shane O'Brien, and the bull has been knocked down, but still it's Clare trying to advance, stopped in their tracks by Barry Nash. Seconds ticking away, 5 minutes been played. The referee now has the discretion to add on if he wants. Adam English going forward, still going forward, nicely ahead here. There's another opportunity maybe for a late score. Fintan Fitzgerald played that one downfield, down there towards Aidan O'Connor. Picked up instead by David McInerney for Clare. They feed it back once again. They haven't given up just yet, but they need a goal. Can they get that goal somewhere? They're still trying to force it forward. There was Cathal Malone on his hands and knees. Comes out towards Peter Duggan. Duggan has a shot. Saved on the line. Almost went under the legs of Nicky Quaid. Got it away somehow. Amazing. Out to Kyle Hayes and away out of the danger area. The referee looks at his watch. I think he decides there's still time. It's going to be a line ball. Referee is adding on another few seconds. Line ball for Clare. Ready to take it is Darragh Lohan. This has to be it. John Kiley there urging his players to just stay on their toes. Concentrate. Lohan once again. hitting it in now. It's a poor one. Oh, that's the worst one he's hit so far. And that one is, it's all over. It doesn't matter anymore because Limerick have come from behind and they have beaten their rivals and neighbours from Clare. It all turned brilliantly on a most magnificent goal scored by the wonderful Aidan O'Connor. That goal was the one that set John Kiley's men on their way on the 70th minute. How late was that? Depression setting in for some of the Clare fans. Really, really disappointed. But their team gave it everything except the victory they were looking for. But what a conclusion to that match.
Yeah, unbelievable, Gerard. Look, you'd have to feel for Clare, but in the second half, just the one try. Didn't score since the 57th minute. 1 point from play, I think. I could be wrong. I think Tony Kelly got one. I can't remember another one in the second half. But you have to give credit to Limerick. They're stuck in there. I said they probably need a goal when they went 6 down. They got the goal. Garrod Hegarty, I thought, was immense in that second half. But Clare will just be devastated with that loss. But Limerick have showed why they're the great champions that they have been. They were nowhere near their best. They had 15 wides, but Clare had them as well. So scrappy game, tense. And you can see Shane O'Donnell, that's his last day. What a great player he's been, what a great servant to Clare, and what a joy to us all to watch over the years. Thanks for everything, Shane. But I want to be there today, and well done, Limerick.
It does mean that the league and the Munster champions are back in the All-Ireland final once again. The final score here in the All-Ireland semi-final. It's Clare 1 goal and 19 points, Limerick 1 goal and 21.